Welcome to Georgia Southwestern State University. I'm Luke Ellis, the Assistant Director of Recruitment and Admissions here at GSW. I'm so glad that you were able to join us today. For today's presentation, we're going to talk about navigating the college application process. And this is a process that many students are going to face and have faced throughout the years. So no matter if you're watching this as a freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior, there's going to be information here that you'll be able to impart and take away and use towards your college search. So to kind of give you an idea of what we're going to do today, we're going to go through several different topics that are important when you're discussing and trying to find the ideal college. First, to start off with, what we're going to do is kind of look at some different things that we need to focus on and get an idea of what we're looking for in a college. First thought and the first idea is, wow, does it have my major? And then we're done. But the fact is, there are a lot of different ways that we can look and a lot of different aspects that impact our college decision. Just to kind of go over a few of them, of course, we look here, we're talking about what is my major? What is the campus feel? Is it rural? Is it urban? Where is it located? Is it too far from home? Is it close to home? Does it have the activities that I'm looking for? Can I get a scholarship? Does it cost too much? Where are we at? So that's basically what we want to kind of go through and dive through today to give a good idea of some things that you need to be looking at for colleges, and of course to give you that information about Georgia Southwestern as well. So number one, we'll start off with location. So we are located in Americus, Georgia, a town of about 17,000 individuals. The nice thing about Southwestern is for a lot of students, it's really in that sweet spot. It's not too close to home, not too far away from home. And more times than not, you're less than a couple of hour drive from your friends, from your family, from different areas. So you're in that really great spot, that sweet spot is the best place to be home away from home, if you will. And then also, you want to make sure that you pick a college that has the size that you want. You don't want a college that's too large, that's too small. Personally, I think GSW is a great choice just because of the size. So when you look here at the presentation, you're able to see that we have a student body of 3,000. So we're right there in that small to medium range. But the nice part about that is when you look at the additional information, our faculty staff ratio is 16-1. That means that for every 16 students, there's one professor. You have an ability to have smaller class sizes and have engaged class sizes. In addition to that, when you look and see, we have 450 freshmen. For the fall of 2020, our average is anywhere between 400 to 450. So you have that opportunity to have a really engaging in-classroom experience with faculty and your friends in the class. But the best part about it is large enough to where it's not too small. So you have the best of both worlds. You have some anonymity and not everybody is going to know your business, which is always really important. And we have a lot of students from across the Southeast, a bunch of different countries, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. So to kind of get an idea of the GSW student, our average SAT score is a 1050. Our average ACT composite score is about a 20. Our average GPA is a 3.23 GPA. When you look at where our students are coming from, 10% are coming from outside the state of Georgia. We have students from 35 different countries, 21 different states. The bulk of our students, they are coming from the southeastern United States. And when you look at the majority of our student population at GSW, 90% are coming from the state of Georgia and are Georgia residents. About a quarter of our enrollment is coming from Metro Atlanta and North Georgia, with the bulk of our enrollment coming, if you drew your imaginary line from Macon, Columbus to Savannah down. So southeast, southwest, and south central Georgia. When you go further into those breakdowns to see who our student body really is, you'll see that 66% female, 34% male is our breakdown. And of that, about 70% of our students receive HOPE. So we have a very strong academic profile. So when we think about our college choice and we navigate that college decision, the number one thing that we're thinking about is major. We are always so focused on major. And major is important, but it's also important to identify where do you want to be in the next few years? After graduation, what occupation do you want to see yourself? You don't have to do certain majors to be certain occupational professionals. Case in point, if you want to be a pharmacist, you can do chemistry, or you can do biology, or you can do microbiology. There's different sciences that you can do. So it's important to identify first, where are you going, what are your goals, and then identify the majors that are there to help you along the way. At GSW, our majors are set up into 4 distinct colleges. We have the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Business and Computing, the College of Education, and the College of Nursing and Health Sciences. This right here is a little shot of all the degree programs that we have to offer. We can't go through all of them today because there's so many to go through, and they're all great programs with great faculty members, but I do kind of want to highlight probably 4 of our largest programs are going to be pre-professional sciences, education, nursing, and business are our 4 largest programs that we have on campus. So aside from the major, there's learning inside the classroom and outside the classroom. So it's always great to get an idea of what are your unique educational opportunities at the college you're looking for. GSW has a few unique opportunities. One is through experiential learning. The number one way that we view experiential learning is through study abroad. Study abroad, study away, internships, things of that nature. So at GSW, we have our own study abroad program, and you can kind of look at the slideshow there to see some of the places that we go. We're not limited to just those places on your screen. We partner with USG Global, so we're able to expand our options to other students. So if you want to go to somewhere else, you want to go to a European country that's not listed there, you can do that as well. And then we're also working on study away programs as well. And study away programs are very similar to study abroad. The difference is we're doing that outside the classroom learning, except we're doing it, we're going to visit Boca Raton versus Barcelona, if that kind of gives you an idea. And if you can look here, another really cool educational opportunity that we have at GSW is the GAP program. The GAP program is a guaranteed acceptance program into our nursing school. Long story short, basically what that means is you can be accepted into our nursing program as a senior in high school. I know, it's really cool, isn't it? In order to get that, all you have to do is apply for the program, submit your 2 reference letters, 2 reference recommendations, and the GPA for this year. Typically this program requires SAT scores and your GPA, but this year we're moving to just GPA only because of COVID and the lack of being able to take the testing. So with GPA this year is a 3.25 GPA. So you complete that application process. Once a decision is made, you'll be notified, and if you're there and you're in the program, you're able to take advantage of some really incredible benefits that only our GAP students are able to take advantage of. And also another part of that is you have your spot is secured in our nursing program. People always ask, what's the catch? There is no catch with this one. You're going to do everything that you're supposed to do. So you want to get hope and keep hope, so you're going to maintain your 3.0 GPA. You're going to take all your pre-nursing courses, and you're going to go to all the events about nursing because that's your passion. So that's kind of what we're doing and what we're looking for. So there is no catch. You're just doing everything that a typical nursing student would do. We touched on it a little bit earlier about our small class sizes. It really does make an incredible impact because when you think about it, if you're in a small core class size of 20 to 25, you'll be able to have your questions answered. You'll be able to get to know the folks inside your classroom. And then you're also, more importantly, you get to know your professors. And for those of us who are going into graduate degree work, it's really important to have those professor connections because they're the ones writing your recommendation letter, and they're able to really write a rock solid recommendation letter for you because they've gotten to know you. They're not checking off boxes and things like that. And at the very last bullet point there you'll see is the first year experience program. Not a lot of folks know what that is. We're very blessed to have that at GSW because I know you've heard a million times that college and high school are different. And the most infuriating thing about people telling you that is they'll always tell you that, but they'll never tell you why it's different and how it's different. Big thing is, it's completely different. But there are two ways that the difference is really felt in that first year. One is the difference of how your education is delivered. We're used to sitting in the high school classroom for 35 to 40 hours a week, and you may not do a lot of homework. In college, it's completely flipped. We reverse it around completely. We're in a college classroom for 12 to 15 hours, but we have to put in that 40 hours worth of work. So what we're doing is, in high school, we don't have to study as much because we're able to do most of our work inside the high school. In college, we're having to study and do work outside the classroom to make up for that about 40 hours. And the other thing, many of you have been in the same school system for a number of years, or you've at least been in the high school that you're at now for at least 3 to 4 years. So you have built a group of advocates. If you have a question, if you don't know an answer, if you need help with a certain process, you know who to go to and you know who to talk to. You will find that at college, but it takes time to build that group unless you attend GSW. At GSW, your advocates are the FYE. They're here to make sure that you're having a solid first year. The whole goal is to make sure that we answer all your questions. We make sure that you stay on the right path. And essentially, the goal of FYE is to make sure that you are put in touch with your academic resources and your additional resources that you need for your classes. That's where that first part we talked about came in, where we talk about you have to do work outside the classroom. Set up some time with the tutoring center. Make sure you get all your questions answered and make sure you're doing those things as well. So outside of advocacy and having the academic resources, they do programs throughout the year to make sure you're connected to campus. And also they'll do little different convocations and little different seminars throughout the year over topics that a lot of freshmen usually struggle with. So the goal of FYE is to make sure that you're getting acclimated to GSW and making sure that you're having a great first year. And we're building that momentum, because if we have strong momentum for our first year, we go into that momentum with our second year. And by then you're graduating in 4 years and you're reaching your goals and your dreams. And that's exactly what we want for our students. So now that we've talked a little bit about location, who our student body is, and also academics and majors, we got to have a little bit of fun, right? So if one of the most exciting things about college is athletics, and if you want to try to play a collegiate sport, or if you just you're a sports fan and you're an enthusiast and you want to go to the games. This is where this is my favorite part, because we're part of the NCAA Division II. We're in the Peach Belt Conference, and we have great athletic programs. For ladies, as you can see right here, we have our women's tennis team, soccer, cross country, basketball, and softball. For the gentlemen's sports, we do have very similar sports. So we have men's cross country, men's soccer, men's golf, men's baseball, and men's basketball. All of our sports teams are very competitive. They're exciting to watch. And we have some great rivalries at GSW. And that is one of the funnest things about being a student on campus, is watching all the games. If you're watching this and you're seeing this and you're like, wow, that's great, but I don't want to play sports for college. I want to go to school, but I do enjoy recreational sports. If that's the case, there's plenty of ways to really get involved at GSW. So with rec sports, we have anything that you want to do. We have our golf course, our tennis courts, frisbee golf, basketball courts, racquetball courts. If you like group fitness, we have aerobic rooms. And then we also have our fitness center as well. So if you're one of those students that you like to literally work off the pressure, work off the stress, you love working out, there's different ways to get involved with that and make sure that you're able to stay on your fitness, and no freshman 15 for you guys. Outside of that as well, if you like the idea of recreational sports, but you still like the idea of team play and you like being a part of a team, but you don't want to have to worry about hours of practice, going to a different town, playing a game, and then trying to figure out how to pass that chemistry test, the perfect answer for that is intramural sports. And we have tons of intramural sports that you can get involved with. Anything from flag football to badminton, and you can see all of those sports right there. We have even a few more than this. It's just some of the main ones that we kind of go for and we look at. a lot of students also like being a part of groups and organizations. And if that's the case, GSW has over 60 different clubs or organizations that you can choose from. And it depends on what you're wanting to do. We have anything from religious groups, philanthropic groups, social groups, Greek life, hobby-based clubs, leisure-based clubs, anything that you can think of that we have. And we also have a really cool student activities board, which is called SET. It is Student Engagement Team. And what they're doing is they're making sure that we have all kinds of fun things that goes on throughout campus and campus life for the fall and spring semesters. And they're also, they help put on 2 really fun weeks at GSW. The one in fall is called Blue and Gold Week, and the one in spring is Homecoming Week. And during Blue and Gold Week and Homecoming Week, that's where the campus community all comes together, and we really have a great time. And the best part about it is usually right around midterm, so it's always good to get a good little break. And now, with all those activities, man, it's about time to take a nap, right? So this is a perfect time to go ahead and start talking about our freshman on-campus housing facilities. So our freshmen live in Oaks 1 and Oaks 2. And this right here, as you can see on your screen, is a nice screenshot of what you can expect walking up to Oaks 1 and Oaks 2. We have 2 different options for our students. We have a shared suite. Inside that shared suite, and we'll look right here, inside that shared suite, there's 2 beds. Those beds can be bunked or lofted. You can loft those if you want to put a futon or a couch underneath. You have a semi-private bathroom, so every student at GSW will share a bathroom with just one person. But the nice thing is, the sink is actually inside the room, so it's there for extra convenience. So if someone is taking a shower, you can still brush your teeth. And then also, when you look at the furnishings, our housing facilities are furnished. Every student gets a twin bed, a desk chair, and a dresser. So that's option 1. Your second option that you have is a private suite. So a lot of the amenities are the same, the layout's the same. The big difference is you have your own private room. You also have a double sink. So each one of you have your own sink, so you have a little bit more space in the bathroom. You still share a bathroom with one other person, and then your beds, again, can be lofted if you want to throw in a futon or a day bed or something along those lines. And again, your beds can be lofted if you want to add a couch or a futon underneath as well, just like in the shared room. And also your furnishings are the exact same: twin bed, desk chair, and dresser. So when we look at all that, the number one thing that people a lot of times want to think about is cost. Well, how much does it cost? Can I afford this? Is this in the price range? One of the greatest things about GSW is when you look at our academic profile, which we talked about earlier, it puts us in the upper 1/3 of the University System of Georgia schools. When you look at our cost, we're in the bottom 1/3 of USG schools. So it creates that great value added benefit. So on this next slide we're going to show you the cost comparison. When you look at it, you will see that our tuition is $2,540. Our fees are $700. You will probably pay less for parking at GSW than you do at your own high school at $18 a year. So you factor all that in, tuition and fees are $3,258 per academic semester. So our students who are staying close to home, and you're not going to live on campus, that's kind of what you're looking at. Now, if you are close to home or you're a couple hours away, no matter what, whether you are within 50 miles or outside of 50 miles, you can choose to live on campus, and why wouldn't you? It is a great way to get to know your friends at GSW and a great way to experience the college lifestyle. So if you're looking at living on campus, as you can see, we have the pricing breakdowns here. So it gives you an idea of what it would cost you for a shared room and also what it would cost you for a private room as well. And then we went ahead and built in that maximum meal plan. So if you're looking at it for tuition, fees, meal plan, and housing, per semester will cost you anywhere between $7,500 to $8,200. And if you're looking at for the entire year, you're looking at anything between $15,000 and $16,000. And these prices are before we add any financial aid, whether it be state or federal aid. So our students in Georgia, if you are HOPE eligible and you qualify for the HOPE scholarship, at GSW, HOPE covers $2,355 per semester. Zell covers $25.40 per semester. And every student qualifies for federal student loans. Every semester in the freshman year, a student can qualify for $5,500 per academic year, and that's broken out in half. So with HOPE and with student loans, you work this number down a little bit. But now there's also a lot of scholarships that we offer at GSW, and this is where we're going to transition and talk about those. So the first one I want to talk about today is the Georgia Southwestern Promise Scholarship. The Promise Scholarship for fall 2021 is going to be open to all of our students who have a 3.5 GPA or higher with those 17 required high school curriculum credits. To get some more information on that, you're welcome to check our website and look at our admissions requirements, and it'll kind of give you more detail about those 17 required high school curriculum credits. But students who have that 3.5 GPA with those 17 required high school credits will be qualified to receive $1,000 automatically. So as long as we meet those thresholds and you are a brand new freshman to Georgia Southwestern, you are automatically guaranteed that $1,000, which is really, really exciting. On top of that, we have other opportunities that our students can be involved in as well. So the other one that I want to talk about is the President Carter Leadership Program. The President Carter Leadership Program is named after former President of the United States, Jimmy Carter. We're very proud of President Jimmy Carter and his legacy of leadership throughout Georgia Southwestern and throughout the entire free world. And we're so glad that President Carter still has a thumbprint over Georgia Southwestern through the President Carter Leadership Program. The President Carter Leadership Program is a 4-year honors program where our students will learn servant-based leadership for their first 2 years. And in the last 2 years, they're still continuing their leadership studies, but they're also focusing on whether they want to do a service-based project or a research-based project to finish off their capstone. An additional scholarship that we offer is the Pope Caregiving Scholarship. It is for our students who are looking at going into caregiving fields. It, again, just like the President Carter Leadership Program, it is one of our preeminent scholarships that we offer. It does require its own application and also an interview process, but students who are able to navigate that process can qualify for anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. The GPA requirement at this time for both the President Carter Leadership Program and also the Pope Fellowship Program is a preferred 3.25 GPA. Other opportunities that we offer for our students, of course, is through the Guazetta Latino Hispanic Scholarship, and those awards range from $1,000 to $1,500. The GSW Alumni Legacy Scholarship, and then the Wheatley Special Talent Scholarship. And those scholarships are based off of athletic ability and also artistic ability as well. One of the last things we want to talk about is the campus visit. We've talked a lot about things that you want to look for when you're choosing a college and how to guide your search for the right college. The number one thing that you can do to make sure that you're making the right college choice is to visit. And we would love for you to visit Georgia Southwestern State University. We have 2 primary ways that you can visit campus. One is by doing a campus tour. You come down. We have those throughout the weekday, so Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. You are given a tour led by a student guide. The other way of doing that is through preview day. Preview days happen on Saturdays. They're like a daily campus tour in the sense that you'll get a campus tour and it's led by a student of GSW, but it's different in the sense that you get the opportunity to learn more about academic sessions, and you also get a little bit more information regarding residence life and financial aid. The reason why Preview Day has a little bit more information is because it's a little bit longer than your daily campus tour, and we would love to have you come down and visit for both of them. And then we can't walk away here without talking about the application process. Our application can be found on georgiafutures.org. You can complete your application there. And for fall 2021, we are not requiring SAT or ACT test scores, so all we need to make a determination on your admission status is your high school transcript. So while you're at Georgia Futures completing your application, make sure you request your high school transcript through Georgia Futures as well. And then, after everything's done and you've been accepted and you've gotten your acceptance packet, we got to make sure there's a few things we take care of between now and between time that classes start. So number one thing that you want to do is you want to reserve your spot and pay your $45 application deposit. You also want to make sure to submit your scholarship application. Remember, most of our scholarships, the deadline is February 1st. You also want to make sure you take care of the FAFSA. The FAFSA opens up in October. One thing to keep in mind too is housing. Our housing application opens up November 1st. Make sure you get your housing applications in soon, especially if you want one of those private rooms. Make sure you send us in your immunization form, your AP, IB test scores, and also your college transcripts from your dual enrollment. The reason why your AP, IB, and college transcripts are so important is we want to make sure that we give you the college credit that you've earned and worked so hard for. And also, while we're doing that, don't forget to submit your final high school transcripts as well, because we'll need those to make sure you're squared away. And in the summertime, we'll attend a storm day to get you registered for classes. And then we look forward to seeing you in August and move-in day. Again, I want to thank you for joining us today. I really hope this presentation helped make you more aware of things to look at when you're trying to find the perfect college. If you have any questions about anything that we've learned here, please contact our office. We would love to help you and love to answer all your questions. I wish you the best of luck this year, and I wish you the best of luck in your college search. Thanks again. Signing off from Americus, Georgia.